funded project for promotion of organic farming, for which sir will be delivering the lecture today. There are these are the few names. The list is really very long. I may take the whole day to read out the list. So sir, I request you to deliver the talk on organic farming, the way forward. We all are eagerly waiting to listen to you, sir. And we are fortunate enough to have you here at our university.
So you have any PPT?
Yes.
Yes, yes. You can PPT can be shown and you can just start.
Start. Yes. Good morning, everybody. It is my pleasure to be here on this good morning in this young university, Mangalayatan University, and which is growing up very well under the dynamic leadership of Dr. Sahasra Garu, the Vice Chancellor, and the Pro Vice Chancellor. And this morning, I will be giving a presentation on showing the glimpses of the development of agriculture for the last 80 years. And the presentation is made keeping in view of the students. So for other scientists who are watching this one, probably it must be an elementary one, but as I wish to address the students and make these young minds to know the development of agriculture and the importance of organic farming since 1960s to 2020. I am working as the director, board of director in Sahasra Crop Science, which is mainly located at Hyderabad, and we are developing the quality and certified organic nutrients, which will be useful for increasing the yield and quality of the crops. Next, please.
Yes. Actually, before sir goes into his presentation, I would like to say a few words to all, because this Sahasra Life Science is one of the leading promoting company in Hyderabad, and they are even distributed throughout the world, and they are exporting their products throughout the country and also abroad. And they are very kind enough. And why I interrupted here, because the Sahasra Life Science is going to help our students, whoever wanted project work, they can provide in Hyderabad. And at least minimum of 10 to 15 people, they can provide project work in the, instead of going for Rave program in your BSc, you can go for Rave program in their company. And even after completing Rave program, if you want to do project work, they are ready to provide training for your students and classmates during your BSc Agriculture and BSc Agriculture. And also, if you are having any kind of small projects, if you come up with some kind of ideas to do some work here, they will fund even like seeding and testing those varieties of agriculture crop. They can also fund you. So whatever you have, he is a professor of breeding for more than 35 years in Andhra Pradesh Agriculture University. And he worked as a dean, director, and principal of the college, and he worked as a government agriculture university. And after that, he has been working in this company for the past 8 years. You know what is his age? 80 years. He is working today also from morning to evening in the agriculture field, in industry, going to lab and doing research. Such a wonderful personality he is, and he is ready to, because that part might have not been announced by ET, that's why I am telling. आपको कोई प्रोजेक्ट चाहिए, आपको कोई ट्रेनिंग चाहिए, सभी को देने के लिए they are ready. They have signed an MOU with their company. So आपको ट्रेनिंग चाहिए, ये भी दे सकता है. आपको जाना है तो हैदराबाद को इंडस्ट्री में जॉब चाहिए तो ये भी दे सकता है. तो गाइडेंस भी आता मिलता है. Sir has come with his own expenditure here to help the student. तो आपको यूज करना है सर को. ओके. Sir, MOU simple again आप ऐसा.
Next slide, please.
पवन वहीं बैठी तो वहीं बैठ जाओ.
As all of you know, agriculture is a primitive entrepreneurship for the Indian community. That's the backbone of Indian development. Since ages, the organic farming is not a new concept to Indians. Because our forefathers, they grew the crop plants only organically. So nearly if you go back to 1960s and 70s, the farmers, they have their own aspects of cultivation. Every farmer used to have some cattle, 10 to 15 cattle, poultry and everything. And the cattle dung and other natural manures are applied to the crop, and then crops are grown on extensive areas. But the difference is at that time, the varieties were not very much prevalent for high yielding, and it is only the yields are low, and that's why while we pass on from 1960s, 1970s, lot of famines have been seen by Indian community, and to overcome with these famines, there is a need that we should increase the yield of the crops. So in this direction, again, the scientists have come to the rescue, and they started their research work, and then the development of new varieties have started from that time. In this presentation, just I will touch upon the important aspects as introduction to organic farming, green revolution, and the reasons for the deterioration of soil health, and differences between chemical and organic fertilizers, and what are the innovative approaches for the organic farming, and what are the future trends in agriculture. So introduction to the organic farm has indicated that it started from ages back in India, and presently, since we are using the chemical fertilizers, all the farmers, the soil health has been deteriorated very much. So you may be wondering, what is the soil health? The soil also will be having a lot of nutrients, organic carbon, and lacks of microorganisms. So to maintain all these things in the soil, to maintain the soil fertility, we should go for the type of manures which almost promote their development. For example, microorganisms, there should be more number. Organic carbon should be more. Generally, it will be in the old soils during 1950s and 60s. Organic carbon used to be 3.3 to 4. But presently, the organic carbon content of our soils is only 0.5. So why this change has come? Why there is a reduction in the organic carbon in the soil? It is only because we are habituated to put the chemical fertilizers over and above the recommended dosages. So this is the one which has almost made the encouragement at beginning to think of alternative things, how we can improve the organic carbon, how can we improve the soil health, how can we improve the number of microorganisms in the soil. The only answer for this is the organic farming. Switch on to the organic farming. And organic farm is only the future. In the future years, we have to resort only to organic farming for increasing the crop yields, the quality of the crop, and also to help the farming community. So this slide gives you the information how the development is there. The agricultural output on the top of that one, agricultural output from 1960s to 1990, it is a slow process. From $15 billion to $86 million. From 2000 onwards, it has been increased enormously. So this change in this direction is only because of the adoption of organic farming. And at the bottom, you can see the growth rate also. The growth rate from 1960 to 2000, it is valued only to $86 billion, but whereas the growth rate from 2000 to 2018 is $300 billion. So this indicates clearly that if the proper direction is given to the farmers, definitely we can increase the crop production as well as the value. This is the one which the trends of the production, how it will be when you compare the present day production and also at 2050, how it will be. The blue one is present production trend, and the red one, orange one is the expected one for 2050. So in all the aspects, either it may be food grains or cereals or pulses, whatever it may be, there is a lot to be done. So by 2050, the population will be enormously increased. So that's why there should be some strategic plans to improve the production so that we can feed the millions of mouths in the future generations. So earlier in the olden days, 1960s, we have to wait for a ship to get the food materials from outside. But present day, 2024, we are in a position to export the food grains and also other aspects. So that's why enormous development has been done in agriculture. This is only because of the continuous effort of the scientists to develop the new varieties as well as along with coupled with the quality. So this one already I have indicated about the introduction to the organic farming. And here this is a very excellent slide which indicates even though there is improvement in the total quantity of the yield, but there is a deterioration in the quality. So this is one of the good example where in 1950, one apple that have 4.3 milligrams of iron in 1950. But now in the present 1998 data, this one, in the 1998, to get 4.3 milligrams of iron, we have to eat 26 apples.
Oh my.
So that means the yield is increased. Instead of one apple, we have increased it to around 6 apples, but the quality has been reduced. So that's why the paramount importance presently with the scientists is that in addition to improving the yields, we have to also improve the quality. In this direction, all the scientists are working now, and now we have a very beautiful varieties, yield coupled with the quality. Next one, please. And this is one of the basic slide where you can say, when you apply the fertilizer, chemical fertilizer soil, what happens to the underground the soil? What happens? What are the changes below the soil? So the chemical fertilizer, it will be supplying the plant nutrients and then improves the soil productivity. And overdose of chemical fertilizers deleterious effects on the soil health. So the other side, when you are having this one, what are the effects of these chemicals? So one side you say this affects the soil's organic content. Earlier also I made a reference to this one. When you put the overdoses of fertilizers, the organic content of the soil is depleted. And also reduces the microbial content. So crores of microbes are in the soil, but when you put overdoses of chemical fertilizer, the microbial content will be very much reduced. And also the moisture content and all these physical parameters of the soil have been deteriorated. So this gives an indication that we should reduce the chemical fertilizer, but chemical fertilizers are required to a certain extent. But we should reduce the quantity and increase the organic fertilizer so that we can eliminate all these deficiencies in future. These are the environmental impacts on excessive fertilization. Excessive. When you go for moderate application, it's okay. But when you go for excessive application of the inorganic fertilizers, then there will be in the soil, in water, and air, and biodiversity. All these factors are very much affected. Thereby, the deterioration is there within the soil, and the health has to be revived. Next. So here the difference between again chemical fertilizer and organic fertilizer. On the left side is organic fertilizer, on the right side is a chemical fertilizer. What happens? If you want to apply the chemical fertilizer as a nutrient, then it gives only the plant nutrients. But whereas when you give this one, these nutrients in the form of organic nature, organic fertilizers, there are two aspects, two lines of the effect. First line is that it improves the organic content, and again soil nutrients and microorganisms improves the microorganisms. In turn, the microorganisms help the plant to get these nutrients in the soil. The nutrients are available in the soil, but the plant cannot take directly the nutrients, and only involvement of microorganisms. So the number of microorganisms have to be increased in the soil. In this direction, organic nutrients are very much important, so that this cycle goes on, and thereby the plant will be having enough amount of organic nutrients and also healthy growth. Then during the years of 1950 to 60, there were a number of famines in India, and then there was no surplus food material to give to the farmers. And that's why the necessity of a green revolution has come. So green revolution has started during this period, and probably all of you as students, you know that who is the father of green revolution. It is Dr. M.S. Swaminathan. Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, a great scientist. He is the father of green revolution, and he developed his efforts during that period, and continuously we got this green revolution. So for Dr. Swaminathan, this is the man, a famous scientist. Who is this man? Norman Borlaug. Norman Borlaug, who first gave us some seeds of wheat plant, and then they were brought to the India, and finally some crosses were made, and from these crosses the green revolution has started. So green revolution initially they started from wheat crop, and later this effort has been indicated to different other crops of rice and cotton and all other things. So this is Dr. Swaminathan, father of green revolution, and the bottom of that one is Dr. Wang Longping, the Chinese scientist who almost worked his life on rice, and he is known as father of hybrid rice. And I was fortunate to have association with these two great scientists, worked with Dr. Swaminathan and also Dr. Yuan Longping from China. And I was fortunate in this direction to have association with these two great scientists. And then what are the different reasons for the soil deterioration of soil health? So what happens? So here the main is that water erosion and the salinity, increase of salinity will be there, and soil nutrient reduction, and lot of deficiencies will occur when you completely excessive application of nutrients, and increase of soil alkalinity and acidity, and overdose of chemical fertilizers leads to depletion of useful microorganisms. These are the different bad effects of excessive application of chemical fertilizers. Then when you refer to the organic farming, what are the benefits? Benefits of organic farming. It is having its effect on health of the people, because earlier I have seen that one apple, when our people were taking it in 1950s, they used to get 4.3, but now we have to take 26 apples. So we have to improve this one, and it will be more healthy, and soil health will be improved, and then soil biodiversity also will be improved, and ultimately it gives the sustainability to the agriculture. So here I have a depictive of the nature of what are the useful effects of organic farming, and here it will be by different means also we can adopt the organic farming. So we can have the crop rotation, and we can have vermicompost, and biomanures, organic seeds, fields, and then botanical pesticides and microbial pesticides. All these things will form into the organic form in nature. So when you start about organic farming in initial stages, probably you might have heard the name of Subhash Palekar. So he was the person who was promoting the zero budget farming or natural farming. So initially he said it is a zero budget farming because the farmer need not keep any budget on that one. So the soil should not be disturbed, and whatever the nutrients available in the soil will be made use by the plants and give the higher yields. But this concept over the years did not work well, and then he changed the designation from zero budget to Subhash Palekar natural farming. So here actually he emphasizes that whatever nutrients in the soil, they should be utilized by the plant only by application of naturally occurring ingredients like cow dung or biofertilizers like that. So in that way, Subhash Palekar has started his movement on natural farming. So he has indicated, according to Subhash Palekar, the components of natural farming will be, that will be Jivamrut and Bijamrut and also the Vapsa and then mulching. These are the different aspects. That means Jivamrut and Bijamrut. Jivamrut is application to the soil, cow dung, cow urine, jaggery and all that. And whereas Bijamrut is for seed treatment. So microbes will be there, and this for seed treatment, which enhances the germination as well as the strength of the crop. A healthy crop will be coming because of the application of Bijamrut, and then mulching and earthworms improvement and all that also as a part of natural farming. So here just given about what is the Bijamrut procedures and all that. There is a cow dung, cow urine, and again you have to stir it, add the jaggery, and also part of lime and turmeric powder, and then this will be applied to the soil, and this gives more of base material for improvement of microorganisms in the soil. Because of the improvement of microorganisms, automatically the nutrient uptake also will be more. So these are the diagrammatic representation of Jivamrut and Bijamrut. So what are the differences between natural farming, organic farming and natural farming? Both are actually indicates the avoiding of chemical fertilizers. But in natural farming, it is only that whatever that is available in the soil is taken by the plants. But whereas in organic farming, we add no more organic nutrients, because in Bijamrut and all that, the available quantity, the required quantities of plant nutrients may not be available to the plant. Whereas in the case of organic farming, we manipulate all the nutrients in higher quantities and give to the farmer so that he will apply to the farm, and then the plants will get sufficient nutrients to develop higher yields. Then the revival of soil health. We have seen the reasons how the soil health was deteriorated, but how can improve the soil? How to improve the soil in its health parameters? In these directions only, the solution is that resort to only organic farming. So here in the soil, these are all the different elements that will be available in the soil and for the good plant growth: the calcium, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, magnesium, and sulfur, and other things also. So this is the healthy soil. What should be the healthy soil? What happens? The healthy soil gives us the biological diversity, most of the biological diversity, and increase the food production and water benefits. That means it doesn't, organic fertilizers will not contaminate the groundwater, and then carbon storage, the accumulation of high carbon content, organic carbon content in the soil. So here, when this organic farming is there, and it is different countries, they are adopting organic farming, and this is the global share of organic farming, where in Asia it is 80%, and Oceania, there is New Zealand, Fiji Islands like that, they contribute 45% of that one. North America contributes 6% of that one, and South America 13%, and Europe 25%. So this is the global share of organic farming in the present situation. Now, what are the differences? Main difference between the organic farming and the synthetic fertilizer. So the first one is the organic farming, organic products. It is derived from the involvement of living organisms, mostly the microorganisms. Whatever the organic products now they are being manufactured, it's only because of the involvement of various microorganisms, either in the form of pesticide or in the form of the secondary nutrients and all that. Whereas the synthetic fertilizers, it is from petroleum products. So it's completely chemical. So in the case of organic farming, the nutrient levels are as per the requirement of the plant. But whereas in the case of synthetic fertilizers, they also give to the requirement of the plant but in higher doses. And the microbe content, also microbial content in organic farming will be increased. Whereas in the chemical fertilizer, the microbial content will be very much decreased and it will not be efficient. So like this, there are many differences between organic and synthetic fertilizers. And this gives an impetus that we should encourage organic farming in future. Now, what are the different approaches, innovative approaches to organic farming? So in this different aspects, it has been indicated very clearly that microbial fermentation technology and green synthesis of nanoparticles, biofertilizers, stimulants and pesticides, and entomopathogens, and seed biopriming, and artificial intelligence. Nowadays, it has come artificial intelligence and drone technology, a part of artificial intelligence. This will brief them later one by one. So a biofertilizer, these are the categories of nutrients which are involved in the development of the microorganisms, and they will be applied to the soil as a base material, and this improves the soil physical conditions as well as soil nutrient conditions. So these are the different microbes that are used in biofertilizers. The rhizobium, it is for improvement of the nitrogen, absorption of the nitrogen, and aspergillus, phosphobacteria, and aspergillus. This is for phosphorus and potash and other micronutrients. So here this will defect the differences, actually the abiotic and biotic stresses, and above the ground and below the ground will be having different parameters which will be very much altered to the positive side by application of the organic nutrients. So application of biofertilizers, as you know that when you apply to the biofertilizers, it will affect the microbial community and increase the nitrifiers and it will increase the fungal community, and also the soil porosity and aeration is very much important. So here you have known about the nanoparticles, nanotechnology. It is one of the latest technology, and by using the chemicals, many nanoparticles have been developed and used in industry also, in agriculture. So in agriculture, actually, the nanoparticles are the nanometer size, about 100 will be more useful. And we developed with the chemicals, the nano zinc, nano potash, and nano iron. All these things were developed and have been amply demonstrated by application of these nano. The yield will be nutrient efficiency. Plants will take more efficiently the nutrients from the soil, and yield also very much improved. But presently, we are also side by side having the green synthesis of nanoparticles. So it is all completely organic, natural. From the plants, the product will be isolated, and in the green synthesis, generally the lanthus and the weed plant is it, and then also the tulasi. All these things can be taken, the leaves can be taken, and the products can be made, nanoparticles made out of that. And this green synthesis is taking the almost initial stages now, and in the market it has not come, but we promote that. We feel that in future years, definitely we will get nanoparticles based upon from the natural products of the plant. So the green, this is called as a green synthesis, wherein the leaves will be taken and is extracted, and from these extract you can develop the nanoparticle. The process and all that, the protocols have been developed, but it has to be commercialized in future. So next thing is, in the organic nature, it is the biostimulants. The biostimulants are, these are the things actually in the microorganisms, they develop with the physiological activity of the plant. when the plant they are developed, and finally the biostimulants actually will be useful for increasing the efficiency of nutrient uptake, and as well as to give some resistance and also to the plant in the different biotic and abiotic stresses. So nature of the biostimulants, and the substance may be organic compounds. They're all organic compounds and inorganic molecules, and with the involvement of the microorganisms. So in this we'll be having the acids, microbials, extracts, and other aspects that have the seaweed extracts, and as well as the protein and botanicals and allelochemicals, and then the cytokinins, phytohormones, all these things they use in biostimulants. And in the practical industry, in most of the industries, now they are attaching much importance to develop these biostimulants and give it to the farmer. Now, secondary metabolites technology. These are the things like the biostimulants. Only they improve the physiological nature of the plant, and then good development and good yield. And whereas secondary metabolites, these are also developed by their involvement of microorganisms in the plant, and they give the plant resistance, the capacity for plant to resist the incidence of pests and diseases. So organic biopesticides, by the use of secondary metabolites, the industries are attaching a lot of importance for this aspect of secondary metabolic technology. One of the advancements here. So these biopesticides, only the involvement of the microbes and bacteria and fungi, we make them to develop the biopesticides, bio and organic pesticides. How the biocides works? Here is the direct competition of the occlusion, antibiosis, and predation, parasitism, unused resistance to the host plant, and plant growth promotion. These are all the advantages and how the biopesticide will work when you give to the plant. Classification of biopesticides according to the product. So there are from fungal biopesticides, bacterial biopesticides, viral biopesticides, and others which are in nematodes also. And along with the nematodes, we can develop the biopesticides. The second bear already have indicated secondary metabolite technology. So these are some of the differences between bio and chemical fertilizers. And chemical fertilizers, they are harmful to the non-target species also, whereas organic are specific. Biofertilizer organic specific, and chemical fertilizers serious pollution. They cause serious pollution in the environment, and they are relatively expensive, and pests eventually become resistant to that. They develop, the pests will develop the resistance, whereas with the organic pesticides, these deleterious effects have been eliminated. This is one thing where nematodes also can be used as entomopathogenic nematodes for diseasing the pests and diseases in the plants. This nematode technology also is one of the latest innovative technology we are using for controlling the pests and diseases. So here seed biopriming. It is a seed treatment to microorganisms. There are a number of chemicals for the seed treatment, but now the latest technology is that to break the seed dormancy or increase the vigor of the seed, it is only the coating of these microorganisms, an extract of microorganisms for the seed will always gives us the percentage of germination is increased, and thereby the viability and the growth of the plant will be excellent. Seed biopriming, this is only the application of these things over the seeds so that they can improve better. Now we have heard about the precision agriculture, artificial intelligence, wherein this is the latest trend where we are having the management of the crop with the involvement of the technology, artificial intelligence, in terms of knowing the impact of the environment. For example, artificial intelligence, you can control the moisture content, or you can predict what is the pest that is going to occur within 1 or 2 or 1 next week or something like that. So with the help of these artificial intelligence, we can predict the incidence of pest and disease in future, and also we can control the water requirement of the plants, and we can also have the geographic measurement of these our fields and all that, and which patch is deficient in moisture, and which patch is almost not to be irrigated immediately. All these different factors about the soil factors or crop development factors, we will be almost finding out these from a computer, and as per the requirements, the plants can be provided with all these deficient requirements. The precision agriculture is very much required, actually prevent the soil degradation, cultivable land, and also reduction in the chemical use in the crop production, because the farmers are using high levels of the pesticide, high levels of the nutrient. But whereas the precision agriculture, you can reduce the quantity of the fertilizer applied and quantity of the spraying material. So this is one of the greatest advantages of precision agriculture or the artificial intelligence, and efficient use of water. Nowadays, we are using the surface irrigation for everything. We are wasting a lot of water. But whereas the precision sprinkler irrigation, modulated sprinkler irrigation, where we can almost have a specific requirement, whatever the requirement is there, that will be given, and water saving also will be there. And dissemination of the modern farm practices to improve quality, quantity, and reduce the cost of production in agricultural crops. So conventional and precision agriculture. I think can you see here the land development and leveling. The conventional is a bullock cart or tractor operated, but now the laser guided precision land renewal, because it's uniform. The land preparation will uniform, use the laser technology. Whereas in the irrigation convention, it is only the bullock cart or tractor used for plowing and other aspects. And irrigation also, centrifugal and submersible pumps are used in most of surface irrigation only. But whereas here, sprinkler and drip irrigation, wherever there is a need for irrigation, the sprinkler will be there. And these sprinklers also are connected to the sensors. And whenever it is required only, the sensor will caution the sprinkler system, and sprinkling irrigation will be there. But whereas in the conventional, it is only surface irrigation, whether the plant requires water or not, then automatically water is wasted in the field. And then plant protection also manually operated. But whereas in the precision agriculture, it is a power tiller and artificial intelligence. Drones can be used for spraying the insecticide and pesticides. So that will be more useful and more economical to the farmer also. And harvesting and threshing. Actually, the sickles and reapers and lot of labor timing will be there for harvesting. Now we have the combiner harvest, rice as well as sugarcane and all that. So all these things, the development in precision agriculture with the help of artificial intelligence helped the farmer to be more easy in doing the cultivation and also having more remuneration from the crops. This is just why studying artificial intelligence in agriculture is a branch of computer science dealing with the simulation and intelligent behavior of the computers. And then artificial intelligence is not a man versus machine saga, but in fact is a man with the machine synergy. It is only synergy between humans and also computers. Then we can have this artificial intelligence application for improving the management practices as well as ultimately the yield of the crops. How artificial intelligence is used in agriculture. These automated farming systems is one of the things, and the identification of pest and disease outbreak before occurrence. What we are presently doing is the pest occurs in the field, then we observe the plants and larvae on the field, and then we try to take precautionary measures. But whereas in artificial intelligence, we will be knowing in advance, probably next week you are going to have this caterpillar. So the farmer can take immediate steps so that we can prevent the incidence of the pest and diseases. One of the greatest advantages of artificial intelligence, that means we will be having the precautionary measures for incidence of pest and disease in advance. And managing crop quality. Quality is more important. With this, we can also have these aspects of increase the quality of the crop and monitoring biotic and abiotic stresses and these factors, and also stress of the crop. When there is a stress for the crop, only some areas in the field having water stress, so that specific areas can be identified and you can take measures to improve or to relieve the stress in the field. So these are the different uses of artificial intelligence. That is, the agricultural robots will be there. So these robots are developed even for weeding now. For weeding, instead of manual weeding, the robots can be applied for the weeding. And you can also have the drones application for application of fertilizers, application of seed also. Seed also you can throw from the robots, and these things will be useful in organic farming and all that. And the crop and soil monitoring and disease diagnosis, crop yield prediction also can be done by the artificial intelligence, and intelligent spraying and predictive insights into artificial sales, so that ultimately the yields can be enhanced in the crop. So moisture sensors also is a part of artificial intelligence, where we'll be seeing that which part of the land requires irrigation. So complete field may not be requiring irrigation, some patches irrigation, and then this gives us an economy in utilization of water application to the soils in different seasons of the crop. All of you know about the drone technology, and this is one of the recent advances wherein the standard operating procedures for different crops also have been finalized. And here there will be economy of the insecticide or pesticide we are using by the farmer, so that the expenses will be reduced, and also time factor. And instead of covering the area for about, for example, if you take 1 or 2 persons and adapt for spraying, they may cover only about 1 acre per day. But whereas with this drones, within 20, almost the spraying of 20 acres can be done in a day, so that there will be speed application of fertilizer, speed application of pesticides and other to control the pests and diseases more efficiently. And drones in agriculture is to maintain the crop health, watering, fertilizer and pesticides. This will be highly useful, and in future also the application of drones will be more common. It becomes more common in agriculture, so that we can develop a healthy crop. So application of the drones technology. What are the different applications of drone technology? Here this is used for crop spraying and crop almost the monitor crop monitoring and plantation and soil and field analysis, livestock management to check the crop health and avoid chemical overuse. You can also avoid the chemical overuse by this, because this of wasting the insects or pesticide, only small amounts can be used. Here there will be 5-liter tank donors, 10-liter tank donors, drones, and these drones will be 5 liter. Probably it may cost about 5 to 6 lakhs, and then more efficient application of the fertilizer and the pesticides will be there with the application of the drones. So in conclusion, all these things, you can say that artificial intelligence helped the farmer to have the management of the crop in more useful directions, and it can appropriate efficacy in the agriculture sector as it optimizes the resources and use efficiency. And artificial intelligence can be technological revolution and boom in agriculture to feed the increasing human population of the world. Artificial intelligence will complement and challenge to make the right decision by the farmers. These are some advantages of artificial intelligence in agriculture. Now, very briefly, I will indicate to you, give a glimpses of this one. What are the future trends in agriculture? What are the things are going on in the future to improve our technology? So, in the future trends in agriculture, precision farming is the topmost one, where we have to resort to the precision farming for water saving, time saving, and also effective plant production, to take effective plant production measures. And biofortification. What is this biofortification? Almost incorporating the nutrients into the crop. For example, in the case of rice, the zinc and the iron, all these things will by plant breeding methods, plant breeding technologies, we can improve the nutritional quality of the crop. So from the beginning, we are emphasizing more on the quality of the crop in addition to the yield. So that's why the biofortification is the process wherein we can improve the quality of the crops, quality of the food materials by adopting the plant breeding technologies, latest plant breeding technologies. Then GM crops, genetically modified crops. This is one of the old technology wherein in the GM crops actually the resistance to the crop against some insects will be done, and also improvement of the yield. For example, Bacillus thuringiensis. In the case of cotton, Ramesh might know that that's a BT cotton. BT cotton is there to pink bollworm for the pink bollworm. Like that, for a specific pest and disease, you can have these GM crops developed, and these are developed mostly in vegetables also. And farmers are adapting. Most of the countries, some of the countries, they are not acceptable to GM crops, but in India also we are going in almost very justification. Only justified crops are allowed by the government of India to grow the genetically modified crops. Then speed flower. This is one of the latest technology. Only in the International Rice Research newsletter last December, this has been published. What is this speed flowering? To develop a variety, generally a plant breeder takes in initial conventional method, 8 years are required to develop a variety. Because one crop will be taken for a year, and we have to study the segregating generations, and we have to study about 7 segregating generations. So for a plant breeder to develop a variety in a conventional manner, it will take 8 years. But later on, speed breeding technology has come. So the speed breeding technology, instead of one crop in a year, we can take 2 crops a year. So that the 8 years period is reduced to 4 years in speed flowering. Not in speed flowering, speed breeding technology. But in speed flower, you can take 4 crops per year. The reason is that you can reduce the flowering duration. It is only the simulation of artificial conditions, so that whatever may be the duration of the variety, it may be 120 days or 160 days or 100 days, the flowering can be synchronized to only 50 to 60 days by artificial involvement. So when the flowering is for 60 days, then for harvesting another 30-40 days. So by 90 days or 100 days, you can get a crop for experimental purpose, not in the field, but in experimental purpose. When you can take the crop for 100 days, then you can take 3 crops per year. The scientists can make 3 crops a year. So for example, in 1.5 years, you can develop 7 generations, and you can give you a variety. So starting from convention 8 years, speed breeding reduced to 4 years, and then the speed flower technology has given 1.5 years. This is a tremendous improvement in the technology, where in 1.5 years you can develop a variety. This is one of the latest technology I would like to bring to notice of the students here. This is the latest technology done in Varanasi in collaboration with the International Rice Research Institute and also ICR. So this technology, they have given the newsletter, published in IRI newsletter, published during December 2023. The latest information on the speed flowering. Then drone technology. We have discussed enough on the drone technology, artificial intelligence, and hydroponics. This is one of the areas where now it is going a lot of importance. What is hydroponics? Growing of the plants without soil, only water. You give a lot of nutrients to the water, and then automatically without soil, you can have the growth of the plants. So in the hydroponics, recently, I think I can mention here that our organic products, they have given tremendous increase in the yield. In Hyderabad, one of the PhD in plant breeding, he resorted to hydroponics, and then he has his own establishment, and he has taken our products, and then he adopted on turmeric crop, vertical farming as well as the polyhouses. So he developed a polyhouse of 1 acre, age extent of 1 acre, and he grew the plants in grow chambers, grow bags. So in each grow bag, 4 plants. Like that, he has put 25,000 grow bags in the 1 acre area of the polyhouse. Then he has given the nutrients, organic nutrients, and the base material is, it is in hydroponics. There are 2 types: active hydroponics, passive hydroponics. Active hydroponics, as you said, is only water. But in passive hydroponics, we use coco pitch, some soil material which holds water and all that. So we adopted the passive hydroponics in this one, applied the organic nutrients. When he compared with organic and inorganic, chemicals and organic. So in the normal field by the farmer, he will get an average yield of 7 to 9 tons per acre, turmeric. But whereas with application of our organic products in the hydroponics, in the passive organic model, he got 70 tons in that particular 1 acre area. So where is 9 tons, where is 70 tons? So that is the importance of hydroponics. But the cost will be more, initial cost will be more, but future young generation, mostly the computer science people in areas who have come from abroad, they are showing a lot of interest in this type of hydroponics. And because 1 acre, the poly houses they can construct, initial investment maybe about 56 lakhs, poly house and all that. Later on, maybe 10 lakhs for maintenance of the crops. Total 60, 70 lakhs initially. But if some second year onwards, it will be only maintenance of the crop, maybe 8 to 10, 5 lakhs or 8 lakhs like that. So it has a lot of improvements in this technology, and the farmers are very happy, those who have adapted this one, especially with organic nutrients. So the chemical fertilizers have been in the farmers' field 8 to 9 tons, but whereas the organic in the hydroponics is precise condition, precision farming, adopting this principles of precision farming, he almost got the yield of 70 tons. He says that too, last year it was 70 tons, this year he is expecting about 90 tons. So that is how the hydroponics, the technology will develop, and these developed technology will be useful to the farmer. And then vaporonics, this is another latest technology. Vaporonics, at least the students should know the nomenclature of all these things. Hydroponics, vaporonics. So in hydroponics, it is the soil will not be there. So instead of soil, water will be there, and sunshine is there. But in vaporonics, there is no soil, there is no sunlight. So how it happens? Because the closed chambers, again, artificial intelligence, in closed chambers, everything is given by the artificial molecules, application of molecules. The water, physical water is not there, but applying the molecules into the chambers and all that, you will get the H2O and all that. And then sunshine also by infrared rays. So without soil, without sunshine and all that, these are still in experimental days, named as vaporonics. So these are some of the latest trends in agriculture in the future. We are developing, most of them have an adoption, except the vaporonics, where we need more intensive technology to develop in vaporonics. So this is about a brief note about my company, Sahasra Crop Science. It is located in Hyderabad, and our main focus is development of organic nutrients, and also biopesticides, also blood protection and all that. And we have a very good research and development center, and our research center is recognized by DHIR, Department of Scientific and Industrial Research, Government of India. And it is our fortune that our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Samsuragar, visited our R&D. And he has appreciated the efforts of the scientists, all the scientists. And he has given us a lot of suggestions also to improve the R&D during his visit. And we are following that one. And we are having almost registered 6 patents for the last 2 years. And then a lot of publications we are making. And we have the marketing network within India, most of the states in India. And then we are also trying to have export oriented now, different countries export oriented. So this is about the Sahasra already. We started this company in 2013, just 10 years old, and we are almost having good marketing facilities. And our motto is protect our soil today for our children tomorrow. That is organic. Protect our soil today for our children tomorrow. This is our motto of the company, Sahasra Crop Science, and is a managing director and all. Next one. This is about our research R&D facility, and we're having 3 PhDs and 5 MSc biotechnology and microbiology. Mostly our work is based on microbiology. So biotechnology and microbiology students are there, and we have very good R&D facility, and then we are working all through to develop new products. These are some of our products: organic nutrients, biofertilizers, drip products, bulk fertilizers, water solubles, and micronutrients. So thank you very much for giving this opportunity. I thank the Vice Chancellor and other faculty members here for giving me the opportunity to have some interaction with the students and have the almost narration how the development of agriculture starting from 1960s to present day new technologies and all that. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Stop.
So I would like to give the vote of thanks. It's our extreme pleasure to have sir here, and the lecture was really wonderful. Sir, I am very confident that we will take these things into practice, and our students are immensely benefited by the lecture. So especially sir, in BSc in 6th semester, the students are having a course of principles and practices of organic farming.
Okay.
So this lecture is really very benefiting to all the students, and I have asked my students to make the notes also. So
now you can have this presentation also.
yes, I
You can
will
copy down
provide
and-
them to
And any doubts
them.
you can talk to me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And we are really glad that you have given the insights from the basic to the advanced. And in advance, you have given about the AI, that is artificial intelligence, and about the precision farming, drone technology, and even the latest trends, which our students were not
flowering,
knowing.
speed
Yes,
flowering,
speed
latest.
flowering and other things. The students were not aware of those things, and I am really confident they are benefited. And now the session is open for the questions. If any students are having any questions, they can ask the sir. And even the online forum, if anybody is having any question, all the questions are welcome. Thank you.
पहले तो I would like to ask all my students, सबको अच्छे से समझ आया कि नहीं? You know, today is the age of hard work. The knowledge is there, plethora of information is there. How you grab this opportunity is what will matter in your life. Don't think that हम लोग अभी यूनिवर्सिटी में है, कॉलेज ये में है, तो हमारा time is not, you know, like fun time. Fun time है, but grab this opportunity because you are very lucky that sir has come here in person and he is trying to train you. And in fact, I was noting down all this. I just wanted to test कि किसने कितना अच्छे से सुना. मैंने सोचा था मैं इसके एंड में आप लोगों में थोड़े क्वेश्चन पूछूंगी ताकि मुझे पता चले कि मेरे विद्यार्थी सुन भी रहे हैं कि नहीं सुन रहे हैं. मैं can I ask you few questions or no? Who is ready to answer me? Tell me. Who is ready to answer me? Raise your hand. Come on, have confidence in yourself.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Then organic fertilizers और chemical fertilizers में क्या फर्क है मुझे बताओ.
ऑर्गेनिक फर्टिलाइजर मैम केमिकल्स फर्टिलाइजर्स में मतलब जैसे होते हैं अमोनियम सल्फेट या ये मतलब फर्टिलाइजर अमोनियम सल्फेट या फास्फोरस सल्फेट ये होता है. ऑर्गेनिक में फर्टिलाइजर में या तो कॉन्सेंट्रेट आएगा फर्टिलाइजर या मतलब जैसे खली वगैरह एक मिल के एक.
नहीं, मैं ये पूछना चाह रही हूँ उनका क्या इम्पैक्ट होता है प्लांट में, सॉइल में क्या डिफरेंस होता है केमिकल फर्टिलाइजर यूज करने से और ऑर्गेनिक फर्टिलाइजर यूज करने से, ये बताओ.
केमिकल फर्टिलाइजर्स में मतलब सॉइल की हेल्थ को और नुकसान पहुंचता है और वो वाटर में मिलकर मतलब जैसे मतलब ह्यूमन को भी बहुत बुरा प्रभाव पड़ता है उससे. और जो प्लांट की ग्रोथ होती है वो भी बहुत मतलब जल्दी ग्रोथ तो जल्दी होती है बट इफेक्ट बुरा पड़ता है उसको.
उसका जो न्यूट्रिशन है उसका जितना जो फर्टिलाइज का ऑर्गेनिक का है उसका सिर्फ ऑर्गेनिक का सिर्फ प्लांट में नहीं फर्क पड़ता, प्लांट में भी फर्क पड़ता है, सॉइल में भी फर्क पड़ता है, तुम्हारी हेल्थ में भी फर्क पड़ता है. जितना मैंने सुन पाई क्योंकि प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस आई हैड टू लीव, बट व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेल यू इज दिस शुड बी इन योर माइंड बिकॉज दिस इज इन योर सिलेबस इन करिकुलम. एंड आज की तारीख में आने वाले 20 साल में ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग ही आएगा. आप ये मत सोचना कि हम एग्रीकल्चर पढ़ रहे हैं तो हमारा कोई फ्यूचर, एग्रीकल्चर में ही फ्यूचर है आपका. मैं ये आपको बताने, यू आर स्टडिंग द बेस्ट कोर्स Now you can see India, how Modi ji is taking you towards agriculture. Agriculture is your future these days. ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग में क्या इनोवेशंस ला सकते हो? अब सर ने टेक्नोलॉजी बताया आपको, अभी मैं बता रही थी सर को कि पहले जमाने में हम लोग फील्ड में जाके करते थे, अब इन्होंने बोला स्पीड ग्रोइंग में किया। तो मतलब एनी नॉर्मल आप लोग उस चीज को कितना अडॉप्ट करते हो, कितना अपना ऑन तो यू और यू ऑल कैन बिकम ऑन तो सेल्फ एंटरप्रेन्योर्स। ठीक है, एक छोटी सी जमीन पे भी आप लोग बहुत कुछ कर सकते हो अगर करना चाहो तो। ये चीज अपने अंदर इम्बाइब करो और उसको यूज करो और कुछ बनो। कुछ बनने के लिए आए हो यहाँ पे, तभी हम लोग ये सब चीजें आप लोग को अपॉर्चुनिटीज दे रहे हैं, ताकि हमें खुशी हो कि कल को हम बोलेंगे मैडम देखिए हम कहाँ से कहाँ पहुंच गए। दिस इज व्हाट वेयर आई वांट टू सी यू गाइस। ओके,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody is having any question? Students? Okay.
Sir, thank you.
So he is having one question.
प्लांट में बहुत सारी डिसीज लगती है।
Please, please in English. I can-
English.
Okay.
ओके, आई ट्रांसलेट इट फॉर यू। हाँ बताओ।
बहुत सारी डिसीज लगती है तो केमिकल्स का यूज करते हैं,
हाँ।
उसमें ऑर्गेनिक कैसे हम उसको ठीक करते हैं?
He's saying the plants, the crops have many diseases, and I mean, like get rid of those diseases, they have to mandatorily use chemicals. So, how can these organic
No, it is
chemicals?
not like that. We are also developing organic pesticides. Even pesticides, the market available is chemical pesticides now.
Huh.
So instead of that one, we are developing organic pesticides with the help of microbes. So that's why this will be equivalent, because it is still in the process. Probably, as you said rightly, as on today, they are not available.
Okay.
But in a couple of years, next year or something, definitely we'll get organic pesticides. So that you need not go for insect chemical pesticides.
You understand?
Organically, we are developing the pesticides.
He's saying कि मतलब ऑर्गेनिक पेस्टिसाइड्स भी सर लोग इन्वेंट कर रहे हैं, अभी इट इज अंडर प्रोसेस। और अभी सिर्फ जैसे आपने शुरू में सर ने बताया दैट even if you have to use chemical pesticide, you have to know what quantity you have to put. You should not be putting more than what is required.
Indiscriminately, you cannot use.
No,
Indiscriminately. you cannot.
जैसे हम दवाई ना, जो डॉक्टर बताता है वही हम खाना है, अपने आप पे खाना शुरू कर दोगे तो आपके शरीर को नुकसान पहुंचाएगा। समझ में आ रही? That is what he is trying to tell.
Excessive applications should be avoided. There's some response.
नहीं, so that's what I wanted. I just wanted them to open up.
Okay, good.
You know, since you are here, इनके मन में जो भी doubts हो वो पूछ लें, तो हम जो भी अभी भी पूछ सकते हो, हम ट्रांसलेट कर देंगे सर के लिए। आप लोग हिंदी में जिस लैंग्वेज में कंफर्टेबल हो उस टाइम में पूछिए।
Speak loudly.
Can you please elaborate about the seed flower? How is the transfer to the students and how farmers?
That's a good question. Speed flowering. Speed flowering, actually, this is only artificial intelligence and all that, where you reduce the flowering duration. If it is about, for example, rice, I am telling, if the total duration is 120, 60 days it comes to flowering. From 60 days to 120 is only the product, almost grain forming, then hardening, all that. So now whatever the duration, you apply the temperature constant and other management practices you can, this is only within the laboratory, not in the field. It is in the laboratory itself, controlled conditions. You reduce that flowering stage to all, whatever may be the total duration of the variety, you reduce the flowering durations to 50 to 60. And from then, another 20 days for seed formation. So immature seeds also can be taken for next generation. So that means we are time saving. We are saving the time so that instead of waiting 120 days, with the 70 days you are completing the crop, we are getting the seed, you go for next generation, another 70 days. So almost within 100 days, you can complete your process. Whereas the same thing in the field, it will take 120 days. And then sometimes the Rabi season, Kharif season, so some crops will be there only in Kharif. We cannot grow in Rabi. So that means only next year you can have to do this one. So instead of that one, with the speed breeding, within whatever may be the season, whatever may be the duration, only 60 days flowering, another 20 days for seeding. So 80 days, 90 days, you can come, you have the generation completed. Go for next generation. So like that, 4 generations you can take in a year, at least three generations. So within 1.5 to 2 years, you can develop a variety. Whereas conventionally it takes 8 years. And then speed breeding. There is another one, intermittent speed breeding. Speed breeding you take 4 years. The speed flowering you take 1.5 years. That is the sequence.
सर माय क्वेश्चन, यदि कोई ऑर्गेनिक फार्म करना चाहता है कोई पर्सन, तो गवर्नमेंट उसमें क्या हेल्प कर सकती है? कुछ करना सकती, मैं जैसे करना चाहता हूँ तो उसमें मुझे हेल्प गवर्नमेंट कर सकती है कि खुद का इन्वेस्टमेंट?
Sir, he is asking that if he is interested in cultivating organic farming, so is there any government aid?
Central government is giving a lot of schemes are there. Central government schemes are there, and you can get some finance, something like that. And we are also asking that the cost of this organic products should be reduced, because they are giving subsidy for inorganic chemical fertilizer.
Okay.
If you are getting urea for 280, that doesn't mean it is 280. It's about 500, but government is bearing the remaining thing. So similarly, even for organic nutrients, we are requesting the government to give the extent substitute to organics,
Okay.
so that it will be cheaper rate to the farmer.
Okay.
And then there are a number of schemes, the central government schemes, to help the farmers, to help the investors and all that.
जैसे बीज अमृत करना है अपन को ट्रीटमेंट, तो कैसे मतलब प्रोसेस बताना पड़ेगा?
बीज अमृत बहुत से प्रोसेस
that is the old system. It is there already. It is there.
वहाँ पे है.
You go to the computer, there is बीज अमृत, you type it, you will get it.
सर ने बताया कि सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट जो हमारी केंद्र सरकार है वो बहुत सी आर्थिक मदद दे रही है ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग के लिए, और साथ में वो जैसे सब्सिडी मिलती है आपको फर्टिलाइजर के लिए, वही सब्सिडी आगे वाले समय में आपको ऑर्गेनिक फर्टिलाइजर के लिए भी प्राप्त होगी.
आपको अवेयर रखना है बेटा. यू हैव टू टाइप गूगल में सर्च करो कि हाउ इज द गवर्नमेंट गोइंग टू हेल्प. आई वांट टू से जो भी आपको मन में है ना वो टाइप करके डालो, आपको सब कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन मिल जाएगा. और जैसे हमारा सोलर स्टार्ट हुआ था, सोलर सिस्टम गवर्नमेंट ने सब्सिडाइज रेट में सोलर पैनल्स हमको दिया था, ऐसे ही अब गवर्नमेंट आपको जो ऑर्गेनिक फर्टिलाइजर्स है उसको आपको देंगे सब्सिडाइज रेट में, राइट. तो इसलिए आप लोग सोच लो हमें क्या करना है. मन में आप लोग, यू पीपल आर यंग, you have innovative ideas, and I am telling you we are having a memorandum of understanding with Search Institute. Now you are in with sixth semester. Next semester you are going to go for Rave. Now from your class only the top 10 students will go to Search Institute. अब देख लो कौन ने किसने टॉप आना है. 10 आप लोग के बीच में कंपटीशन है. ओनली टॉप जो फर्स्ट 10 है उनको मैं सर के इंस्टीट्यूट में भेजूंगी. आप लोग बहुत कुछ सीखोगे वहां पे, और पता नहीं वहां से ही आपको कोई प्रोजेक्ट मिल जाए जिसमें से कि आपकी कमाई भी हो जाए और साथ में आप लोग लर्न भी कर लो. नाउ इट इज इन योर, द बॉल इज इन योर कोर्ट नाउ. हाउ यू परफॉर्म इन योर क्लास. Attendance is compulsory. 75% attend, less than 75% attendance, I am not going to allow you to sit for the examination. I am very clear about that. I hope you people have circulated my circular to all the students.
Before this farming, जो no soil और no sunlight से कैसे हो जाती है?
सर ने बताया था ना कि AI से गवर्न है सब कुछ. They are asking for Vaponics.
Oh, that is a new technology. Still it has to be established.
It's a new.
This is completely confined to the laboratory one. Artificial intelligence.
अभी बाहर नहीं आया है.
I want to just introduce that nomenclature to you.
RDS की वीडियो में एक प्रोजेक्ट आया है, not for hydroponics. This is for Vaponics, potato production. The tuberization phase.
So this is only I want to introduce the new terminology to you, to the students, so that you can go to the net and get it. Vaponics means if you type Vaponics, you will get it.
Yes, yes.
बोलिए.
Vermicompost is already old thing.
Old technology.
I will tell each and everything about it. Okay.
That is the old technology.
Old technology. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
हम इस टाइम पे हम जो न्यूट्रिशन वैल्यू फूड्स और दूसरे वेजिटेबल्स और किसी भी चीज की लॉस कर रहे हैं, मैम वो क्यों हो रहा है टाइम के साथ में?
Due to
Excessive-
depletion of
सर
nutrients.
सर ने अपनी पहली स्लाइड में बताया कि जैसे जैसे हम केमिकल फार्मिंग करते हैं, केमिकल फर्टिलाइजर यूज कर रहे हैं, तो धीरे धीरे हमारी क्वालिटी ऑफ फूड इज डिक्रीजिंग। एक क्वांटिटी बढ़ रही है,
Quantity is okay.
सर ने आपको एक
quality.
एग्जांपल बताया था कि एक एप्पल जो हम 1960 में 50 में यूज कर रहे थे, उसमें कितना आयरन था और आज कितना कम है। तो जब हम केमिकल फर्टिलाइजर यूज करते हैं तो न्यूट्रिएंट एब्जॉर्ब करने की कैपेसिटी घट जाती है बॉडी की, और इस वजह से वो रिटेन नहीं कर पा रहे हैं फ्रूट के अंदर। ठीक है,
तभी हम लोग कह रहे हैं कि ये जो है ऑर्गेनिक फर्टिलाइजर्स को यूज करना चाहिए।
I am happy. Lot of response are there
Yes,
from
sir.
students.
so this means they have understood
They have
it.
understood
Ah,
what I
yes.
told. There is a happiness in teaching.
Yes,
Sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir,
Good morning.
Please. Good morning, sir.
This is Raman Rao from Indian University, sir.
How are you, sir? How are you?
I am fine, sir. Thank you. And I am very happy to listen to you, and also I congratulate the management of this university for getting you and for giving the benefit of your lecture to their students.
Very nice.
I congratulate the authorities, and also having you and having your lecture will be highly beneficial to the students, sir.
Yeah, definitely.
Here to you, your presentation was so nice during your lecture in our university. And yesterday evening, I was talking to Prof. Sahasra about our association. I was talking to him.
Yes.
I'm very, very happy to have a meeting with Sahasra and discuss about it.
Definitely, sir. I am very happy to speak to you, and then definitely we have this type of lecture in your institute also.
Yeah, we welcome you, sir. We will be happy to have you with our students.
Since we already got a MUJ with your university.
Yes.
So definitely we will be associated in that.
Nice, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, nice. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.